What's up, guys? My name is JB Demogu, and this is Demogu View, where we keep it real, keep it 100. If today's your first time tuning in, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button. Anytime I drop a video, you'll be the first one to receive it. All right, so I made a video about what Gilbert Arenas had to say about the South Sudanese team that almost beat the United States basketball team. And I expressed myself on how my experience and how some of our brothers, African Americans, how they look at us Africans, the kind of remarks they make, the disrespect towards the African continent. And I explained to them how it is necessary for them to see us as the backbone of their race, because everybody know that they come from Africa. Even you, if you didn't come from Africa, you know that your descendants came from Africa. So it is very wrong to disrespect where your descendants came from. You understand? And I've had so many comments as to regarding the video I made and what they think about the statements that I made. Like I said, we can agree to disagree. So I'm okay with that. No, one of the comments that I want to, there are so many comments, but this is the first one that I want to touch on. Someone made a statement that African Americans may have a problem with us because they feel like we sold them. All right? They feel like we sold them. Now, let me explain something to you. I never sold anyone. My parents didn't sell anyone. My siblings didn't sell anyone. Definitely, there were some chiefs who took part of these transactions. There were leaders who took part of these transactions. It wasn't like the whole country or the whole continent was part of this whole transaction. You get what I mean? So it's like having a governor who engages in its slave trade. You cannot blame the whole state. It is only that governor who was part of the trade. So you can't blame someone for something that they didn't take part of. So I think it is not fair to look at Africa and say that, oh, Africans, we sold them, so therefore they have a reason to have an issue with us. We didn't sell them. Some of the leaders, the chiefs, they did. Right? Now, one thing that they need to also understand is that after they were sold into slavery, they have to also understand that we were also colonized. The same people, the same white people, the Westerners, they also colonized most of the countries in Africa. You may have been in slave trade, or you may have been enslaved, which is far worse than being colonized. But one thing you need to understand is that they found a way to also colonize our country. Right now, as it stands, we are still mentally enslaved. And until we come together and realize that we are all one people, and the only way we can excel, we can thrive, is to come together as a unit. You get me? Now, this is another comment that I want to touch on. Another gentleman also said that black people in America don't come from Africa. They were Native Americans. I don't know the history that he read. But one thing I know is that Native Americans are Indians. And if you tell me that you are a Native American, if you are a black person claiming and you say you are a Native American, that means basically what you are saying is that slave trade never took place. So now my question to you is, the people that were bought as slaves and taken to all over, North America and South America and all that, where did they go? Did they just disappear? The slaves who were picking cotton, where did they come from? Were they all Native Americans? If you don't believe slave trade ever took place, if you don't believe that your ancestors come from Africa, you need to take a trip to Africa where you see castles where the slaves were kept before they embarked on that journey. We are all the same people. I understand that there's so much animosity between us sometimes. We are to be blamed the same way you guys are to be blamed, because you have your reasons for hating on us and we have our reasons for hating on y'all, which I don't agree with, because some Africans think that we are different from African Americans. Definitely, yeah, because of where we grew up and the culture. But one thing you need to understand is that we are all the same people. When white people come together, they come as a unit. They don't do all this divisive, always dividing. No, they don't do that. They are all white people. But we are always pointing fingers and, trying to divide us, and we hate on each other so much. Even in the music industry, do you ever hear that this rock and roll, or should I say country music? Do you ever hear that the country music musicians are saying, okay, this country artist is better than the other one? Do you ever hear that? You don't hear that. But every time in our culture, we are always comparing each other. We are always talking about how this one is better than this one, and that one is better than that one. And someone always has to be brought down before another person rises to the top. And that's the attitude. That's what they always say, that crabs in a bucket. One tries to get out, we pull the other one down. Why is that? Where do you think it comes from? We have to try and liberate ourselves from mental slavery and understand that the only way we can move forward as a race is to come together and to understand that we are all one. There are so many comments that I wanted to touch on, but I feel like the two that I just touched on goes to serve or explain so many things. Black people in America were taken from Africa to America. If you are an African American and you don't believe this history, please take a trip to Ghana. I will personally take you to those places, the castles where the slaves were captured and held before they embarked on that journey. Let's try not to hate on each other so much. Let's try to understand that the only reason they hate on us is not only because of our skin color, but because we don't have anything to prove. Even though Africa has all the resources, we are not in control of it. All the deals that our leaders, engage in, we always get the bare minimum. How can you be selling gold from your country and you are only getting less than 50% of the proceeds? It doesn't make sense. But because of the mentality that we have, one person wants to make it. So guess what they will do? They will strike a deal that benefits he and his family and forget the rest. And that's because they know that we as a people, we are divided. Once they get one person who is greedy, that person will take any deal and forget the rest. So until we come together and understand that divided we fall, united we stand, that's the only way. Someone had also made a statement about how Africans, we have all the resources, but yet we are not able to do anything with it. We don't have the experts. We don't know the know-how, the machines to be able to, the technology to be able to extract gold, diamonds, and all these and refine them. And guess what? We are going to the whites to always borrow money and all these things. It comes with restrictions. Cocoa comes from Africa, but guess what? They determine how much they want to buy it. Gold, they determine how much they want to buy it. What's the reason that's happening? We need to figure that out. We need to find ways. We need all the African Americans, all the people in the Caribbean who have the knowledge, who are exposed, who have the resources to come back to Africa and try and help the continent liberate themselves from all these, engagements with the whites, where they have been able to, in a way, find ways to restrict us and to be able to take our resources. And our continent is suffering. The only way we can be able to liberate ourselves is for all black people across the world need to understand that Africa is the birth home, or Africa is the origin. And once we place Africa first, every black person in the world, across the world, will be respected. That's why sometimes people say that they don't believe in slavery. They don't believe in racism. Because I tell you, if we had money, if we had physical, and then we were able to make decisions in the world, white people will respect us. Why do you think white people respect Michael Jordan? Why do you think they respect LeBron? Because LeBron has the talent, and at the same time he's rich. White people respect rich people. As a race, are we rich? No, we have a continent that is rich, but where does the money go? So until our race is able to sit at the table and make commands and all that, we can't make. They will definitely hate on us because they feel like we are the least. We are we don't bring much to the table. So why wouldn't they look down on us? Let's find ways to unite as black people. You already know what the name is. My name is JB Dimogo. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right. Have a wonderful day. Peace.